Good afternoon and good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and the CoffeeStream number 288. I hope everyone is having a good Friday. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving yesterday and got lots of food. Didn't have to kill any of their family and basically had a good day. I'm here with you guys, and of course we have a bunch of news lined up. And of course, it's call-in day. So I will toss out the link in a couple of minutes and then share the screen, and we will enjoy the news. Gunfox says, nice ranting and raging yesterday. Oh, thank you, sir. Costin, hello. Gunfox again, just saying hi and stopping by. We'll have a good day at work. Good morning, Irate. Hello, Mr. Dax. Hello, Blake Hanley. Cynical Lindsay, hi. Let's see. Check Your Logic is here as well. And Diesel Dave, good morning to you. I really hope everyone's having an awesome Thanksgiving weekend. I had a slice of pizza and got drunk, says Diesel Dave. Well, if that's what you consider an awesome Thanksgiving, then I hope you had fun. Duck Dog, hello. You know what? Pinkalo says, you know what? Be glad you didn't go to the mall to shop for your dress with your mother. I'm just driving past it and it's packed. It's packed. Sorry, and then there's more. Oh, bad. Sorry, not packed. Bad. Like Boxing Day bad. Oh, shit. Really? Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go either. Yeah, I'm looking for because the free wedding dress didn't pan out. So I'm dealing with looking at Black Friday deals right now to get a wedding dress, and it looks like I found one. So my mom's gonna put the order in online for it, thankfully. Damn, I need to make fruitcake, says Duck Dog. Ooh, fruitcake. Fruitcake is good. Hi, Ginger Snap. Sadly, I have a Coach. Oh, a Coach blood drive? Oh. Okay then. What is that? You hate your life today, huh? I need to try homemade fruitcake. Does that mean you are driving the blood, Gunfox, or does that mean you are donating the blood? Because either one sounds well, driving the blood sounds stressful because, you don't want anything to happen to it. But also donating blood just sucks. Oh, working for the local blood center, or taking a 36,000 pound coach to the center today. Oh, okay. That sucks. This year I might give eggnog a try. I hate eggnog. I absolutely hate eggnog. Mostly because it's a thick, I don't like the texture of it. It's just, blech. I don't like it at all. I hate it. Eggnog needs to be half rum, says Duck Dog. See, I won't even drink it if it's half rum. I'd rather just drink straight rum. Like that's what I would rather do, is just drink straight rum out of the bottle. Me and my giant bucket of coffee. Let's see. So I am going to very quickly jump over to Twitter, where I have sent myself the StreamYard link. And I'm going to copy the StreamYard link and paste it in the live chat. So, here we go. Good God, my voice sounds terrible. Yeah, this cough just won't go away. All right, you have a good day, Gunfox. Have a great one. And yes, if you are able, please consider listening to Nightbot and donating via either the GoFundMe or the Streamlabs links. We are in very in great need of funds at the moment. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I'm gonna keep an eye on the page here to see if anyone comes in. And actually, I'm also going to share my screen here because I'll get our first story up. Share. And okay, making sure. Yes, I did mean to put the StreamYard link in chat, Ginger Snap, because it is call-in day. Hello, hello.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm
Good
groovy.
morning. You sound like you just rolled out of bed.
I've been up like since like 6 o'clock this morning, 6:30.
Oh shit!
I'm all. No, it's been all right though. Good morning. I'll try to be more peppy and energetic. So
Lindsay!
Hey,
Hey
Lindsay.
guys.
How are you two doing? How was your Thanksgiving?
Lindsay.
Mine was good. Good. I got to spend it with my dad and my stepmom. It was a relatively small group, so there was plenty of food to go around. And then we went to my in-laws afterwards for dessert and drinks.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. Well, it's like it was going to be me and my dad at at the house and stuff. And so we had called this place that was supposedly you would, be able to get like a dinner for $4 and bring it home. And it turned out that was not an option. And anyway, so we went to this other place and they ended up being closed, and because they were remodeling it.
Oh shit!
And so we ended up at Steak and Shake.
They were open?
Yeah, and it was
Wow.
a great great family time. And so it ended up being a real positive experience. I really didn't want to spend it in that house. It's the first Thanksgiving without mom. So
yeah. That's
Yeah,
rough.
so yeah, it was, but it ended up being a positive thing. We ended up having a good time, and we didn't cry too much. So,
And then you
yay!
did your thing with Doc last night, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It was interesting, controversial at points, to say the least.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I missed it. It was right when
the chat got a
right.
little cancerous.
Of course it did.
Yeah, towards the end there.
Well, it's guilt by association, right? So
Well, the part of it, yeah, and it's kind of like every stream has its when I do the ice cream thing, I kind of let the person I'm talking to kind of take it where we're going, because
yeah,
the questions are kind of vague, right?
yeah,
And so and we went to a couple controversial places because that's where we went, and
yep,
it drew some anyway. So. But it has given me cause to reassess my wrench no state concept, and from now on, people will be able to only receive a wrench in my chat if you've been on the ice cream interviews, A, or B, part of CreamStream, or C, you pay $20. So
yeah.
you can buy
Well,
a wrench.
it's been getting you got it like I had to a while back kind of dial back who had wrenches, but I mean sometimes it's, especially if your chat gets bigger, right? You want to be careful with who you give a wrench to,
Right. Because it's like Giga has all these like personalities that look like Scooby 331 and Tonka Saw, and all these kind of controversial characters, and I know it's Giga, so and I never wrenched that dude anyway. So this is your show. This is your show, one.
This is my shit. No,
But yeah, so that it caused me to do that. I think that's going to be a good policy
I
from
think
here
so
forward.
too.
Yeah, happy.
So I'm I think I finally found my freaking wedding dress.
Nice.
Ooh.
So I was supposed to have one just given to me by someone who used to have a bridal shop, and then she was gonna help me with any alterations and whatever I needed. But she's kind of flaky, and by kind of flaky I mean like she doesn't have a phone at all. And so the only way I can get a hold of her is through our mutual friend, which is not very helpful. So it's we have Black Friday here too. So I basically found a dress that is 50% off right now.
Nice.
It was like $250. Now it's 120.
Nice.
And so my mom is going to put in the order for me. And she's going to get it for me. So, yay.
Yay.
See, like mom and I piss each other off, but she's a good mom.
Yeah, I've got advice for Piccolo. Stay out of their way. Let the whammons do their thing. Show up when you're supposed to be there and do what you're told, and just shut the fuck up.
No, he's right. This woman is crazy. This woman, he's like, the woman he's talking about, for the lady who was gonna help me with the dress in the first place. He's like, she's chick is fucking insane, like Mad Hatter levels of crazy. Because she's squirrely as fuck, right?
Right. Wow, coffee.
Mothers are evil. No, not all the time. Like, see, my mom is very, very, very left, right? She is fallen for most of the liberal talking points. There's a few that she still, she still thinks vegans are crazy. Thank fuck. She's, she still thinks there are two genders, thankfully, but she does think that people can be gender fluid, which I don't. I don't know why she's willing to split those hairs, but whatever. But
I like
that. She just doesn't. She just doesn't think anymore. Yeah, Pink Hollow's right. She's like a mid-'80s second wave feminist that is starting to follow the ways of the third wave feminist.
That's bad.
Or not the third wave, the current fourth wave feminist.
Oh, even worse.
She's starting to follow the ways of the current fourth wave.
Yeah. Go ahead.
She's got her, her grounded base knowledge and theory of feminism is, intelligent. Like, yes, women and men should be given the same opportunities. Yes, women and men should earn the same for the same job. But then she goes off the track and starts spouting off about the pay gap. And I'm like, Mom, if women legitimately make that much less money, why is the workforce not all women? It would be much cheaper.
Yep.
Like, seriously, you have to think about this. You just, come on.
I am so glad I don't have that problem with my family. I think my family realizes that politics is a very dangerous subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, I've got two nieces that are like in their early 20s now.
Oh.
Yeah. And the one that I told you had a wedding with the all vegan.
Oh, yeah.
Spread and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. And my sister lovingly gave me the leftovers from that, right?
Oh, and how nice of her.
Yeah, thanks, sis, for the dirt, for the ball of dirt that was glued together that was called an imitation crab cake. Oh my God, it was horrible. And cauliflower, Kung Pao cauliflower,
eggplant parm.
Not even that.
With fake cheese.
Yeah, not even that. Just it was horrible. I can't. The only good thing out of it was this huge thing of salsa. And we use that to make chili. So, but so yeah, the husband or he is the big vegan, and he's like he likes animals and shit. And I don't know, man. At least they're not forcing their child to do it. So
yeah. Hey, Costin.
Hey, man.
Hey, blind press. Cynical Lindsay, irate prostate, the other wonderful people, and spouses thereof.
Pink Hollow says, and then you have my mother, who's the polar opposite. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Pink Hollow's mother is like Stepford wife. Like,
trad.
Super traditional, super duper, like, conservative, very, like, it's really funny. It's like, this is a woman who found out that I had a girlfriend before Pink Hollow and literally went, ew.
God, put your mom and his mom together and it'd be World War III.
We had them meet at my grandparents' house on purpose so that there would be more than them. And of course, Pincalo's mom, because we told her, we're like, please do not bring up politics, because my grandpa is my grandpa is like, he's really conservative, but the weird thing is he's lost his. He thinks Trump. He's got all the liberal talking points about Trump, but he hates Trudeau. It's really weird. He very, very legitimately hates Muslims. Like, I cannot repeat the things that he says about Muslims, or I will lose my channel. Like, I legitimately will lose it.
A lot of socialists don't like Justin Trudeau either. He's hated on both sides of the.
Well, he's a straight white man.
Yeah,
he's fucking a white male.
But the first thing Pincalo's mother says when we sit down at the table, she looks at my grandfather and goes, "So I'm not supposed to bring up politics, apparently." And we're like, "Thank you."
Oh man,
politics are evil.
They are.
I agree with Costin on that.
Yeah. You know, and it was like, see, back in the day, it was an unwritten rule that, you know, there's three things you didn't talk about, you know, religion, politics, and football in certain areas, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean that would lead to some kind of conflagration, whether it be, you know, verbal or full out pugilism. So, yeah.
Did you guys?
That's the way I was taught.
Did you guys see the tweet a couple days ago about how an erection should only last 2 minutes because that's long enough to complete coitus and impregnate the female, and anything longer than that is degeneracy and socialism? So I quote tweeted that person, and I said, "You hear that? A good long fucking is socialism. So be a minute man for democracy."
I could use some of that socialism.
That's crazy. Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, if that means if that's socialism, I'm down with that kind of socialism. I'll take that kind of socialism.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you can be down with them fast bands on the Twitter there, BP.
I try.
Sometimes. Are y'all hearing any strange audio coming through?
No.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. I'm editing video as we speak.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You are all good.
Yeah, I've got a question, and so I was listening to some old cream streams, like from the first year we did, right? And there was some interesting things that came up that I had forgotten about. And so where do you stand on described porn?
I've actually never accessed the described porn. It's on Pornhub.
Right.
But quite honestly, I can never find where the fucking button is for it to turn on the description. And honestly, it's porn. Like, I don't really watch the movie type porn. I just look for the like 5 or 10 minute, like the good amateur stuff, right?
Right. I downloaded some described prawn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to figure out how to get it on the show tonight.
Oh god.
So we might go there. Yeah, I figure, you know.
Well, hold it until I get there, because I'm helping out Prospero.
Okay.
I'm helping out Prospero on Minions.
It's the second half of the show anyway.
Oh, so fucking good.
Yeah, we won't start that shit till 1.
Good.
That'll be the last thing we do.
Are you gonna get struck again?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I figured, fuck it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out what I can get away with. I don't know. Shit. I'm not.
I'm so like I'm so in love with the new Tool album. I wish I could open my stream with the first track, but even if I find a fucking instrumental version, because it's mostly instrumental anyway, and it's Tool, it would be like goodbye,
Yeah.
But Fear Inoculum is such a good song, and well, the album itself is just amazing.
I can't talk. I can't say enough good shit about it.
I can't get enough of it.
Well, it's Tool. I don't think Tool has even put out one bad album, in my opinion, of course.
I agree with you.
They'll wait 3 years till they've got the material that they want to put out.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that kind of integrity with their art.
And I'm sure.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, I said, how do you spell this band's name?
Tool.
Tool.
Yeah.
Oh, like the thing you use in the shop.
Yes.
Right.
It's just literally just Tool.
But yeah, their old logo used to be like this. It looked like a wrench, but it was like a penis with 2 ratchets on the end of it, like for a set of nards. Right.
Yeah.
It's a great logo.
Well, I think their last album was 10,000 Days, which was 10 years ago.
More.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read a couple
articles
where it had been 10 years, and they had been doing the drummer had been doing a lot of experimentation with like MIDI and synth stuff, and these bizarre time signatures that they're into this. It's not numerology. I wouldn't call it numerology, but they're into the math behind the music, right?
Yeah.
And they're exploring like some incredibly weird shit.
And he loves the bongos in this in this album. He's I think it's Danny Kaye is the drummer.
Yeah.
He's really getting into the different drums from different cultures. Like he's got some bongos. I think I heard a Congo drum in there a couple of times. It's like just fantastic music.
Very textured rhythm. It's awesome. Yeah,
I love percussion instruments.
Yeah.
Lindsay plays. Don't you play a Rick Pro?
No. I play bass, yeah, but I don't have I used to have a Fender P bass, but sadly I had to sell it for money.
Eating is important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I had to sell my beautiful. It was a beautiful red. It was called Sunburst. Was the color. It was a Les Paul Epiphone, but it was bought with the inheritance left for me by my great grandmother.
Oh man.
Wow.
But we had to eat.
Eating is evil.
So I took it and I sold it back. Well, I sold it. Needed a lot of work done to it, because it had been a well-loved guitar, and my ex had, banged the crap out of it and knocked the fucking neck out of alignment. And I gave it to my uncle to fix. And unfortunately, usually he was great with instruments, but at that time he was very deeply into alcohol. So didn't do it very good job. So I sold it back to the store I bought it from because I knew they could fix it.
Yeah.
And I knew that they could find somebody who could get it playing again. And Pincolo's right. Now I have a much better guitar. A much sexier, much nicer sounding guitar.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you playing now?
Hold on, I'll show you.
Sweet.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. So, do you guys still play instruments? Go ahead.
Not really. I used to because I was a big bass player, and the first instrument I ever played was a violin, and I wouldn't mind picking up the violin again.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to play guitar, but not anymore.
Yeah, I was never a guitar player. You know, I could strum and write music with it, but I'm toying with the idea of putting out some of this digitized music that I made during the '80s with some people. And I do own the copy.
Ooh,
Nice.
Oh,
that's a really nice. I like the color on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good color.
I need a strap for it because it's a beast to just hold on my lap and play. But this was my anniversary gift last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that a Les Paul? Like a
Yes.
real Les Paul? Holy shit.
I think it's still an Epiphone, but it's a high end. It's a
Epiphone are good stuff, man.
I think it's an Epiphone Les Paul Custom Pro.
Yeah, when I lived in Nashville, it was like that was like on the down low. Is that Epiphone was like Gibson without the heavy price tag.
Yeah.
Right? Without the leather interior.
Yeah.
As they say. Yeah, good stuff. I'd love to hear that.
I'm gonna put her back to bed.
Put it in crank it on through a Marshall stack and shit.
Yeah, I got to get myself an amp and a strap is what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of small things you can get and get a big sound out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of tech shit.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you can listen to these guys with the pedals and these practice amps that they make sound like fucking Shea Stadium and shit.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna put this back in its case.
Put the baby where she belongs in the crib. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way with that kind of stuff.
That's kind of how I am too, Irate. I was never I can play the guitar, but I've always been more of a bass player.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's a Getty.
Yeah.
She's a Gettyite.
That guy's my inspiration. He was the one that inspired me to pick up the bass.
Yeah, I took lessons in the guitar for years, and I just I never got too good at it, and once I stopped practicing on a regular basis, I forgot how to play altogether.
Yeah, I'm a rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
I started guitar late. I started in high school.
Yeah, same here.
So I'm more of a chording. Crap. I should have stopped screen sharing before I showed the guitar.
I blew it up.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah. I checked it out.
Yeah. But I'm much more like if I get in front of a piano and start practicing again, I'm a lot more of a piano player. I can put chords together. Like I'm really good at coming up with a good riff, like a good rhythm riff on a guitar.
Yeah.
Pincolo bought it from a YouTuber actually. I can't remember which YouTuber it was, but I think it was I think he wanted to remain anonymous anyways. So,
Mm.
but it was a great gift, a great freaking anniversary present. Let me tell you.
I bet. Awesome.
Pincalo knows what Pincalo knows what to do. But yeah, I'm much better on with singing, and piano. So if I was ever to be in a band, I would probably be singing.
You want to sing us a tune?
You
want to sing me a tune?
Do I want to sing you a tune?
Yeah.
Not right now. I'm sick.
No. You don't. Yeah. Huh.
See, I love the piano, but it's hard. Like playing one chord or one like type of rhythm with one hand and trying to do something different with the other hand. I can't do that.
That takes that takes a while. The way I used to learn it was my piano teacher would get me to learn each hand separately. You always learn each hand separately, and then you work on putting them together. Because when you've got them separately learned to the point where you can play them at speed, then you know them well enough that you can start to put them together, and then you go, oh, it's like a puzzle. It's almost like it's quite literally like a musical puzzle. And you can't really put it together until you build each half separately.
That's interesting.
The piano can get complicated, but the drums are even more complicated.
Oh my god. I actually I had a small, I was trying to get a band going in high school, and my drummer let me sit at his drum kit one night, and within 5 minutes I had a basic 4/4 beat going, and he's like, how the fuck do you I'm like, I just do that with instruments. He's like, that's not fair.
And no shit, man.
Yeah.
Drums are hard to.
Yeah, they are.
People say, oh, it's easy. No, it's not.
That's how my husband is, because I'm lucky to have married a drummer, and my husband is the same way. Like, the drums are just so easy for him.
Yeah.
For some reason, though, I cannot for the life of me play rhythm guitar and sing.
No.
Right.
It's hard.
I cannot do it. I will start to play the rhythm of the lyrics instead of the rhythm of the song, because the lyrics are always a different rhythm. They fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
And I always want to start picking the chords out in the rhythm of the lyrics instead of the actual chords.
Well, it's not just the rhythm too. It's like also the vocals are sung in a different tune than the rhythm guitar.
Mm-hmm. How do you know it's a guitarist at the front door, says Duck Dog. They're trying to come in at the wrong time with the wrong key.
Nice joke. Yeah, it's like how many bass players does it take to change the light bulb? It's 5, one to change the light bulb, and 4 to go, hey man, I can do that.
Yep.
Or how many punk rockers does it take to screw in a light bulb? Just one, but 20 on the guest list. You had to be there back then, man, because it was like there would be more people that were there free than they were paying some of those gigs, because they were people's friends and shit,
Mustafa says, no, that shit is hard unless you know both parts to where you don't even have to think about it. Yeah.
Right. Second nature.
Yeah, it's and it's so funny because each musician in a band has their own personalities. Like those jokes have basis in truth, right? Like lead guitarists are so fucking egotistical. They're like, look what I can do. Like, and so are
What's
lead
wrong with
singers.
that?
Well, nothing. And so are lead singers, though, because they're like, hi, look at me over here. I'm the one singing. Right?
Well,
you have to have the need almost for attention. Or to be extroverted, I guess. To be the lead of anything, really.
Sure.
Well, it's like look no further than Van Halen. I mean, the ego between David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen, it's like...
Oh, that was a huge mess. And see, it's really interesting you bring up Van Halen because they're a perfect example of like when you get like a group of really highly creative alphas in the room, man, and there can be a lot of contention, like the guys in Oasis and shit. Having fist fights over songs, man. But yeah, David Lee, I can see the David Lee, the Eddie David Lee thing being really pretty bad. I'm sure because I mean, even now they keep trying to get their little reunion tour together, and something always fucks it up. And it's either Eddie or David Lee. David Lee wants to do it more, I think.
Yeah.
He misses it. He's bald. So he's in my club now.
Pincalo says, or just be so high that they're both playing and singing in unison, like 90% of them do.
You know who looks just like David Lee Roth in 1986?
Who?
Right, without hair though, like with a shaved head, is fucking AP.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God, it's uncanny. And a lot of he said he's been told that before, but I mean, when I first saw him, I was like, holy shit, he knows that. That's not. I'm not doxing anyone there. No,
that's cool.
Yeah, Uzi tells me a lot of shit that I say looks like stuff doesn't look like the stuff that she.
AP's hilarious. When I show up in chat, sometimes he just stops talking and pauses everything and then goes, ha ha, blind press, you thought everything was fucked up on your phone. He's great. I just AP is hilarious.
It's about the music talk. I was thinking back to when I was a guest on Bloodwing's Redneck Radio, and we got into talking about music. And I'm like, now this is my kind of topic because I'm such a music nerd.
Right.
And we were talking about how certain bands, like there's this whole fight, like, with say for instance, Van Halen, who was the better era, David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
And it's like we got into this talk, and of course we're both on the side of David Lee Roth.
Thank God.
Because it's like, I mean, because I mentioned that Sammy Hagar, okay, so maybe he's the better vocalist, but for some reason, David Lee Roth and Van Halen work much better together than Hagar and Van Halen did.
Well, Hagar, what Hagar had, he was an established, songwriter, right? And so I think that the ego thing between he and Eddie was more of a respect thing because I think that they grew up playing like, Bad Motor Scooter and Rock Candy and shit like that. So they saw Sammy Hagar as like, yeah, man, we're not worthy, that kind of thing. I can see them, really acquiescing and really, he's the better songwriter in my opinion. But
it's the same with Black Sabbath too. I prefer I love Dio's era of Black Sabbath, but I've always been more of a fan of the Ozzy era. And it's like, okay, so yeah, Dio's a better vocalist, but for some reason, I think that Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward worked better with Ozzy than they did with Dio.
I think
like a chemistry type thing.
Yeah, I think Black Sabbath works better with Ozzy. I think Dio is a kick-ass soloist.
Yeah, Dio's
Absolutely.
best work was with Rainbow, I think.
Yeah.
Hands down. But I did love Heaven and Hell when it came out because, we had heard that Sabbath broke up, and so everybody was all down and shit. And so Heaven and Hell comes out, and then 2 weeks later, Ace of Spades comes out. So, yeah, that was a great summer, like what I can remember of it.
Rest in peace, Lemmy.
Yeah.
A lot of Disco Biscuits. Yeah, it came out last night that I did shake his hand. So,
oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
It is. I will never forget that shit.
I got to shake the hand of Aaron Lewis, the lead singer of Stained.
That's cool.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
They're a great band.
They are a great band. I got to go to a concert, an all-ages concert that they did at a small venue in a city of a couple cities near away from us. They were down playing in a city called Guelph.
Yeah.
Costin knows where Guelph is.
Yeah.
Guelph.
Or as some Americans have
Sounds like a band.
They've actually pronounced. I've heard Americans say Guelph.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like one of those Scottish words, right?
It is. It's actually a Scottish town.
Nice.
Guelph was primarily settled by Scots. But they were playing at a nightclub, and I actually got mosh pit tickets. And I brought my cane folded up in my skirt pocket because I was wearing a leather skirt with huge pockets. And my ex-girlfriend was like, "Why are you bringing that with you? I'm with you." And in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, well, you left me in the middle of a street when you were mad at me, so fuck off." But it out loud, I was like, "Just trust me.
Need a backup.
Just seriously, just trust me." And at the end of the concert, they, crowds dispersing. So I pull out my cane and I walk up to the barrier. And the security guard's like, "Oh, did you want to meet the band?" And I'm like, "Sure."
That's cool.
And he's like, "Well, their bus is out back. If you guys hurry, you can go meet them." So me and my ex go around the back and we get to meet them and shake hands.
Wow.
And it sucks because the leather bracelet I had, it didn't take his Sharpie very well, so the autograph ended up fading after a few years because I wore it quite often. But I told him, I got to thank him.
Wow.
I was very smart. I didn't do the stupid screaming fan thing because I know that really pisses people, like famous people, off.
Oh, why not?
But I went up to him, I shook his hand, I thanked him for his music, and I told him it got me through a lot of really hard times, and I appreciated it. And he gripped my arm and told me thank you and signed my wristband.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't have. I should have muted myself before I stretched. Oh well.
It's all good.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, the only musician I've ever met, or well-known musician I've ever met, is Rob Zombie, because he was doing this was like, god dang, this was 20 years ago already. At Tower Records, he was doing a signing of his Hellbelly Deluxe album. Yeah, his very first solo.
Oh yeah,
20 years ago. So I didn't have the album, but I had my copy of White Zombie's Astro Creep 2000. So I had him sign that. It was cool. I got a handshake from him and I got a hug.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, it was really cool to hear Aaron Lewis, like his voice, like, I know he had just been singing a lot, so his voice was sore. But he was like, I really appreciate that, and like he kind of cracked up a little bit. It was really cool. He was, because like normally, especially chicks, they run up to rock guys and, oh my god, it's you, ah! But I was just, thank you so much for what you do. You're great. It really, your music really helps, and I think that means more to them than being screamed at.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I wouldn't mind if a throng of hot young women would scream at me, but
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's got to get old after a while.
yeah, I don't have. I'm not a rich rock star with all kinds of women.
Duck Dog says, I met Rob when he came through town. He was pulling his CDs out of the racks and signing them. I laughed my ass off.
To me, Rob Zombie is a national treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard of Rob Zombie. What songs did he play?
Oh, let's see. There's a lot. Dragula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Beast. Living Dead Girl.
Oh, cool.
Meet the Creeper.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Demonoid Phenomenon is another good song.
That's a great song too.
Devil man, I'm running in my head, yeah.
Yep.
I love that song.
Oh man, Astro Creep 2000. Oh, what an
That's
album.
a great album.
I love that album.
Yeah, it's almost perfect from beginning to end. It's one of those, yeah.
And then Pincalo back a few minutes ago says Guelph has a very interesting history. During Prohibition, Al Capone used it to smuggle alcohol through Sleeman's.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah. Didn't Sleeman's have to shut down for a bit?
Yes.
Because of that?
Yeah.
I bet they got rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sleeman's is still very popular.
Yeah.
Mustafa, nothing is more awkward than the intro to More Human Than Human. You're not wrong on that.
Yeah, especially if you're like at home and you think and you've been by yourself for a while and you've got just Rob Zombie on blast. And then More Human Than Human comes on.
And you're like, God, I hope no family members.
And of course, this has actually happened to me. My mother actually came home and I didn't hear her because I had Rob Zombie really loud. And More Human came on. Like, oh shit.
Like, no, Mom, I'm not watching a porno.
What's wrong with watching a porno?
Nothing. Well, when your mom comes home, it's just you'd rather not have her walk in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I've been, of course, this was before the final season. I've been recommending Game of Thrones to my mom, and I thought, yeah, maybe we can get together and watch. And I'm like, oh, maybe that might not be a good idea because with all the sex scenes, it's
yeah.
So
not something to watch with the kids.
Yes, definitely not family friendly.
Yeah, my dad was watching Game of Thrones with my little sister, and I'm like, why are you watching that with your daughter? That's awkward. Polly!
Hey, Polly.
Polly! Yes, the evil otter.
Yeah, it's my dad and my because he adopted 2 biological siblings, and he watches Game of Thrones with his daughter, and I'm like,
how old is she?
She is. How old is she? She's turning 17 this year.
Ooh,
And And they've been watching it for a few years.
It's awkward enough watching Game of Thrones with family members. That's, well, not your spouse, obviously, but
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm stuck in the puritanical buckle of the Bible Belt here. So, anything remotely risque is perceived as, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. A spiritual one.
But the funny thing is that my parents were okay with me watching Heavy Metal, the movie, when I was a little kid. And I just remembered as little kids seeing some of the scenes in that. And I'm like, that's in a cartoon?
Yeah, there's tits in that one. Yeah.
Tits and sex. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to hear something hilarious? Speaking of things that are you saying impure and gay. Apparently, if I can get to the headline of this stupid fucking story, Safari, stop being a shitbag. So the Hungarian government has withdrawn from a singing competition, like an international singing competition.
Yes.
Because it's too gay.
Oh. Okay.
This is a legitimate thing. Gunfox posted in the Discord. Let me just get Safari to cooperate here. So it's Hungary's right-wing government withdraws country from 2 gay Eurovision Song Contest, branding the annual event a homosexual flotilla that damages mental health.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But here in North America, the LGBT people are under tons of discrimination and mistreatment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God. Holy shit. Okay. I figured this would be something we could laugh at. So, okay, come on, Safari. I can't fill the dead air much longer. Hey, I'm gonna be honest,
Come on,
right?
don't give these people dead air.
Here we go. So Hungary has pulled out of the Eurovision song contest, I think it is, where because it is too gay for the country's right-wing leadership. It was claimed last night.
Interesting.
I don't know how singing is gay, but all right.
That is a good question, isn't it?
No official reason has been given, apparently, or was forthcoming from Prime Minister Viktor something Hungarian, but a pro-government television channel said that Eurovision was a homosexual flotilla and that Hungary's mental health would be better off if it was out of the competition.
Mustafa's got the right idea. Homosexual Flotilla would make a really good band name.
It would.
Mm-hmm.
What music would they play, do you think?
Maybe covers of like Ethel Merman or Bette Midler or Judy Garland, show tune covers.
Yeah. That's oh my God. So it says a source inside the Hungarian public broadcaster and MTVA told The Guardian that employees believed the long association with LGBTQ plus culture was behind the move. Eurovision has long been a celebration of something camp fun with Austrian drag queen something Austrian, the worst winning in 2014. So I guess it's because it's associated with gayness. I don't know. It's I run across shit like this and I sit here and I go, how can gay and trans people in North America say that they are oppressed with a straight face?
Straight, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? when shit like this is happening in Hungary and people in Muslim countries are, being killed for being gay. But, here in Canada and the States, we can get gay. Gay people can get married. They can adopt. They can buy houses. They can do whatever the fuck they want, basically, openly.
Darn gay people having all these rights.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Ghastly put it best when he was on the show a few weeks back, by saying, his sister hates the term gay rights and gay marriage, and he says that she and her wife, they both feel that it should just be rights.
Yep.
And I agree. I think it's, there's no need to add the term gay on top. Like, you're all humans.
One word, equality.
Yeah.
Right.
I just my temples twitch every time I hear them say about pushing equality, but yet to me it's like, saying women's rights or gay rights.
Yeah.
It's like it's all civil rights. It's all
Right.
equal.
They can't equate it to the fucking civil rights movement of the 50s, 60s. That's just horseshit. And it seems to me that guys I've talked to on the internet that are black are very fucking offended by that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, very. Because they don't see it as the same thing. Whereas the intersectionality is forcing this shit, right? Because they all have to be unified. Because they are, so that's what the flaw in identity politics is he's got these people so fucking cubbyholed is that there's got to be some way to link them all together.
Yeah,
and it's got to be through trauma and injustice.
Well, and I hate to break it to people, but you have certain sects in intersectionality that they're not going to coincide with one another.
No.
You look at what's happening in the UK with, various Muslim groups that are protesting, LGBT programs in schools. So which side are you going to take?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
the correct side, the one that wants to limit people's rights.
Exactly. Well, and it's crazy because you've got you cannot compare it. I'm sorry, but you just cannot compare the struggle that gay people went through to get their equal rights to the struggle that black people went through. Because
for sure.
First of all, you can't look at somebody and say, there's a gay person.
Right.
You can look at somebody and go, look, a black person. Right?
That's a great point.
Black people were, even after they were freed, were subjugated because they were black.
Yep.
Now, yes, gay people were, and I'm sure still do, face discrimination because they're gay. But here's the major difference.
Oh, there was a lot of Klan members that were gay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
But here's the major difference between what the struggle of gay people and the struggle of say some like a black person. You have to tell somebody that you're gay in order or they have to like see you kissing somebody of the same sex, or like there has to be something that you are doing, right, that tells the other person, look, a gay person, for them to go, oh, I don't like that, right? It's not like you look at a black person, like, and I'm not saying either is good or correct, right? But there is a major difference between what happened to black people and gay people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's enslave all gay people. Yeah.
What kind of slavery?
All the good kinds, you know, the ones that benefit me. Yeah.
Well, and this is the thing that people on the left, it's rather, I guess you could say, unironic that they preach about, you know, that they're how they're against racism and sexism and homophobia and stuff, but they're the ones that are the racist, the sexist, and the homophobics, because guess what? There are people that are, you know, people of color, women, LGBT people that don't have the same ideology or the same collective thinking. And these people do.
Collectivism is the worst kind of racism.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the cases of the wedding cake makers.
Yeah.
Had the gay people said, I need a wedding cake, they would have gotten a fucking wedding cake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
But they had to go, I need a gay wedding cake.
Yeah.
And then when the Christian person that they picked went, well, I don't agree with gay marriage, so I really don't feel comfortable with making your, quote, gay wedding cake, then they get upset. Why didn't you just say, I need a wedding cake?
Yeah, this freedom of speech though works both ways. I mean, if that Christian wedding, if that Christian baker has to put some sort of make a gay wedding cake, then that gay baker has to make a Christian wedding cake talking about how homosexuality is evil, you know.
Well, and it's really amusing to me because that scenario puts a connotation that there are no Christian gay people, which is just silly.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there are plenty of gay people that attend church.
Yeah.
And worship.
Well, Christianity has kind of been very fractured on the topic of homosexuality these days.
Well, Christianity has come a long way as well.
It has, yeah.
It's reformed quite a lot. There are still some branches of Christianity that are behind baptism or Baptists, Catholics.
Yeah.
But
well, no, and it's like the thing is like, don't you, because you know, you have these people that are trying to shut these businesses down, and it's like, don't you want people to know who the bigots are so that way you know not to do business with these people? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's too logical. What the fuck? Right.
Polydub says, hello, wedding cakes now with bacon toppings.
Yeah.
Oh, Polydub, that's awesome.
But no, yeah, it's like that's the thing. It's like I want to know like a cake maker who says that, you know, homosexuality is a sin, blah blah blah. I want to know who these people are so I know where not to do my business.
Yeah.
You know, it's like these people don't seem to let the market do its thing. Because the market will weed out the ignorant bigot types.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, and that's why I got extra angry about the Yaniv person, because not only are they just freaking faking the whole trans thing, which does no service to the trans community. They no service whatsoever to the trans community. But for them to then seek out women of a specific religion and a specific culture that they know is not okay with homosexuality and transgender, so that they can put the business or shut the business down, that's fucked up.
Oh, I refuse to call that person trans. No. That person is a pedo creep posing as a trans person.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why major kudos to Blair White for exposing that creep.
And major kudos to the BC Human Rights Tribunal.
Yep.
For saying no. And in fact, because of what you did, you pay them.
That's justice right there.
That was amazing. I was so happy. I was like, thank God there is still some logic somewhere in British Columbia. Because let me tell you, British Columbia is quite literally our California. It's pretty bad. You know, Sora Luna will even say, you know, oh, it's.
Czech says that he's talking about the Blair White Yaniv debate. That was fire.
Yeah, that was a great live stream. That, you know, good for her.
Man, good, it's like Blair put that creep on blast. It was glorious.
And he just walked right into it, because she's like, I know you were talking to underage girls. And instead of, you know, doing what an innocent person would do and say, no, I haven't, he goes, prove it.
There's proof out there, with you stupid asshole.
And I'm blind, but I could hear the smirk.
Right.
When he said prove it. I could hear that smile. That creepy little you prove it. It's like, dude, you're disgusting.
Yeah, that asshole needs to be in jail, where he can't possibly hurt kids.
There was a tweet that he put out a couple weeks back that I think was saying something like the swim that he wanted to do back in the summer. Yeah. That topless swim with children.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently it's back on. And somebody at the youth.
For fuck's sake.
Or somebody at he's like, thank and he gave out the person's name. He goes, call so-and-so and thank them for this, and put out her phone number.
Yeah, I'm sure she really appreciated that.
Yeah. So he doxed her work, like her work number on Twitter. It's like,
nice.
How is that legal?
I don't know.
If I had a 12-year-old daughter, if I had a 12-year-old daughter that came to me with a flyer like, "Hey, mom, look, they're having a topless swim party," or they're saying that topless is heavily encouraged, I'm like, fuck off. You're not going to that.
No.
That's sick.
Mr. Dax, I do not believe he has an actual trans diagnosis. No.
Gender dysphoria.
No, I don't think he has a diagnosis of gender dysphoria. I really don't. I think he's just playing dress up and jumping on a bandwagon. And I think he's a dangerous, dangerous person.
Yeah, I would. The moment somebody told me I couldn't accompany my kids to a party like that, or to a party, I'd say no.
Yeah, regardless of whether my kids are boys or girls, if some dude was like, "Hey, there's a topless swim party, and oh, by the way, it's no parents."
Yeah,
I'd be like, yeah, you have about 5 seconds to walk away before I am no longer responsible for what I do to you.
Indeed.
And the countdown begins now.
Yeah.
Oh, and it really pisses me off when you have people that are getting pissed off at us for calling out Yaniv, calling us transphobic. It's like, you could sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know people who are trans that do not approve of this shit.
No.
Most of the gay and trans community look at trans and gay activists and go, "Would you please shut up?"
Yeah.
You are doing nothing good for us. Would you shut your mouth?
Yep.
Like, that's the majority of the LGBT community is just like, just let me do what I'm doing. Keep your craziness to yourself.
Yeah. Now the good thing on the positive side, in Ontario, we got rid of those darn liberals. So hopefully the PC government will correct our course in the education system.
Well, we've even got it's crazy. We've got people who are people who say that they're conservatives in the public, who are mad at Andrew Scheer because he won't go march in pride parades.
If he doesn't want to march in pride parades, that's fine. I mean, best case scenario, on a pragmatic sense, he's not going to get a lot of votes from the LGBT community anyway. So.
No, he's not.
No.
And quite honestly, we don't need another prime minister that goes and marches in parades.
No.
We need a prime minister that stays the fuck in Parliament and does his job.
Does his fucking job. Right.
Yeah.
It's what we need right now.
As far as I'm concerned, Trudeau doing these parades, and the other party leaders doing these parades, that's just virtue signaling.
Yeah.
If they want to do something, enact some laws.
Yes.
But don't virtue signal. You're the prime minister. You have all the power in the country.
Like, he made a department for people with disability, a ministry for persons with disabilities.
Yeah.
They passed the the Accessibility for Disabled Canadians Act last year, finally. So it took them 3 years.
Yeah.
And for the 3 years it took them to do this, to pass this act, the Minister for Persons with Disabilities spent her time fucking around with Paralympians taking pictures.
Yeah.
It was like...
Yeah. Instead of messing around taking all those publicity shots, why not actually do something?
Yeah.
Well, it's like we see headlines here in the U.S. of like I remember with like the last midterm election, there's like, oh yeah, this is the first gay or the first trans, person to be elected in this district and blah, blah. I'm like, I don't care. What do they have to bring to the table is what I care about.
Right.
I care about what policies they want to put in place.
Yeah. And I really, seriously, I don't care who you think you are and who you like to fuck. Okay? Are you going to manage my country properly?
Yep.
That's all I care about.
And if you are, get out of my government.
Yeah.
I don't want someone.
Yeah. Yep. If you're not here to manage the country properly, go away.
Wait, you want somebody who manages the government properly?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I want like actual things to happen and get done.
Whoa, that is crazy.
And it's so funny because when I hear the Democratic debates and the nominees on stage, just some of the shit that they spew, I'm like, you guys are so fake.
Yeah.
So fake. And then like they had the CNN Democrat nominee town hall. I'm like, God, the fakery to come out of their mouths is just, ugh.
Can you stop talking loudly? It's scaring me. Like that one dude.
Yeah.
Could you lower your voice? The volume of your voice is triggering my PTSD.
Oh, seriously.
That Democratic Socialists of America. That's
yeah.
A point of privilege. Could you please lower your voice? It's triggering. And then yet another guy, point of privilege, stop using gendered language.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, yeah, you guys, good luck trying to run things.
God, where are y'all hearing this kind of talk? I mean, it's just like...
Have you not seen that video that was circulating around Irate?
Uh-uh.
Oh my
You're
God.
lucky.
I think Sinatra shared it on his Twitter one time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It was a legitimate town hall meeting, the Democratic Socialists of America, and they were quite literally saying the things that Lindsay and I are repeating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was sad.
If I didn't know better, I would have said it was a Poe.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not unbelievable. It's not stereotypical.
It is.
Yeah. And
it's scary.
Well, and then there's that one woman in the UK that was pushing again for removing applauding at shows with the stupid jazz hands. And I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, well, you want to be inclusive and you want to be considerate of like triggered people, quote unquote. But yeah, what about, not to put you on the spot, Blind Press, but blind people, how are they going to know when to applaud?
Can you imagine
jazz hands?
Can you imagine there's like one blind person at a show and everyone else is doing jazz hands and they're like, yay!
Like, why is it so quiet?
Yeah.
Everyone else is staring at the blind person like, oh, you terrible. You're clapping.
Here's jazz hands for Blind Press. These are just for Blind Press.
Yeah.
Now that's not exactly being inclusive, is it? The jazz hands.
No.
Why? I'm doing it just for Blind Press because she's so awesome. I know how much she'll appreciate it.
Oh my God. I just see some of this shit and I tell my husband, like, what is happening in this world? Can the giant meteor hit us already?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't scheduled that until 2021.
Why do we have to wait so long?
Well, I could have. I was actually going to wait until 2036, but I calculated the time after I became the first Terran Emperor till when the AI took over.
Okay.
So that's how I decided when the meteor would strike.
Check Your Logic says, why couldn't the world end in 2012 like it was supposed to? Well, see, I think the Mayans just got tired.
Yeah.
They just got tired, and they went to their chief and they said, listen, we've been chiseling away at this stone tablet for like ever, and we've gotten all the way up to 2012. Can we stop now? And the chief was like, yeah, you've done a good job.
Yeah. We'll be dead by then anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and that kind of reminds me, I saw a tweet, a Black Friday tweet from PETA, of all people, saying, oh, don't buy this list of stuff when you're shopping on Black Friday. Of course, it's all pertaining to, you know, fur, leather, lizard skin, just a whole bunch of animal hides that you can't purchase and stuff. And I'm just sitting here thinking, you know, if an apocalypse were to happen, they better pray and hope that an apocalypse does not happen, because they're probably going to be the first to die off.
You know, every time PETA says, don't buy, you know, leather and all that stuff, I go, you know, I really miss having a full set of leathers. I want some now. Like, right down to, like the under stuff, like just give me a full leather suit just because PETA says I shouldn't have one.
You want a
boots,
complete set.
Boots, everything. Just.
Oh, I love leather. Like, it's like my husband in a leather jacket. I'm just kind of like rubbing up on him, like, yeah. I need to get a biker jacket. I used to have a biker jacket, but it doesn't fit me anymore.
I used to have like 3 or 4 different pairs of leather pants, like actual leather. I had a biker jacket with I had 2, you know, those choke chains you have for dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I put one on the back straps, so it kind of hung across. And then I bought myself a pair of combat boots from the Army Surplus store.
Nice.
Yeah, Pink Hollow's right. Every time PETA says don't eat meat, I want to go pet a cow and then cook a steak.
Oh shit.
Yes, I like steak.
Because steak is freaking delicious.
Yep.
How do you like your steak?
Medium.
Medium well.
Medium for me too.
Medium well.
It sucked when I was pregnant because I had to have it well done.
Oh yeah.
Because when you're pregnant, you always get everything well done.
Yeah.
Right.
Just in case.
Did you see that case of the guy that got the tape rooms in his brain?
No, I didn't see it. I heard of it. I heard about it though.
Yeah, that might be on the show tonight. So
there was a show I used to watch on Discovery Channel called Monsters Inside Me.
It's still on.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
I was watching this one when I was pregnant with Alex, and this woman was telling the story of how she ordered lamb medium rare when she was pregnant and I can't remember what it was, but she got stupid sick and so did the baby.
Ooh.
And I'm like,
Aww.
And I'm sitting there screaming at the TV. I'm like, it says everywhere in all the fucking pregnancy literature. Yeah, get your meat fucking well done, especially stuff like lamb and beef. You fucking I was so mad at that show. I was like screaming at the TV. I was very angry.
If it's ground meat, especially, never order ground meat. Rare. Because that's the most dangerous form, because they grind everything up, and when you get a cut of meat, the germs don't get spread around as much.
Yeah.
But when you ground it up, you get all that, all those germs get mixed throughout, as opposed to just being on the edge of the meat.
Oh, Polly asks a really good question. Question for the panel and chat. If you had to eat only one meat, which would it be? Beef, poultry, pork, or seafood?
Pork.
I'm going to say poultry. I love chicken.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. For me, it would either be beef or pork. In this area, pork is cheaper, so I like them both, so I'm going to go with pork.
I go with pork because pork it's not as dry as beef.
Yeah.
And there are so many different, you can do a lot of different things with cuts of beef too, but you can get freaking bacon off of pork and ham and sausage and pork chops and rump roast and pork ribs and
bacon is awesome.
Pork does give you more. Well, it's more variety, and so does seafood. Seafood, there's variety of seafood too.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm thinking one of those two would probably be. Because with seafood, you've got, the various types of fish, and then you've got crab and shrimp and crawfish. Oh, I love crawfish.
See, I'm broken. I don't like seafood. It drives Pincalo crazy. He's like, why can't you eat fish?
I love fish and chips. I love tuna, but I cannot eat salmon. I like the taste of salmon, but it just the aftertaste.
All right, I'm gonna slide, guys. I have a lot of shit to do. So
I was about to say the stream. I need to end the stream anyway because we're at the 90-minute mark, and I have some chores and shit to do anyway.
Yeah.
Christ.
So,
chores are evil.
Chores
are evil.
Pardon?
Chores are evil.
Chores are evil, but the bathroom is gross.
Yeah.
So,
ungrossified.
It's got to get done.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank everybody for watching and my panel for joining me. It was a great conversation as always. Star Trek stream tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. I know Irate's going to be busy, but for the rest of everybody, it will be Skep Talk, Mr. Dax. Hopefully Hammer will be okay to join us. And we are doing Dax's picks, which are the House of Quark, Looking for Parmac in All the Wrong Places, and Hard Time. So, and that's DS9. So it'll be fun. And of course, Blind and Special on Sunday. And Irate, you've got Cream Stream tonight. That's right. At midnight. Oh, I think Irate left.
Yeah, he did.
So Irate's got Cream Stream tonight at midnight Eastern. And I will be joining him about 12:30 because I am helping out Prospero on Minions tonight.
Prospero.
Yep. And cream. I don't know if he has an ice cream interview on Sunday because he's had one yesterday. So, but anyway, thank you all for watching. Happy Black Friday and post Thanksgiving. And everybody have a good day. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye, guys.
Yep. Thanks for having us. Have a good day.